Hi, I'm Reggie Powell, and on behalf of the Marriage Reconciliation Playbook team, I would like to welcome you to another Marriage Successful Loving Marriage Revolution Training and Love Fest, where we are here simply to celebrate the two of you. We are in love with your marriage. We are in love with what the two of you are trying to do. If you came here, that means that you're looking. The two of you are in love with each other still. You may be having some issues, but you're looking to straighten things out. So, and that's completely understandable because we don't have a marriage university that we sign up with, that we go to before we get married. Before we get married, we start with the concept of self-preservation. The first law of nature is self-preservation. We've known this our whole lives. Of course, you look out for other people, you love everybody, but when it comes to taking care of, looking out for number one, who's on your mind, who are you trying to protect? That's always been you. Always. That it's a natural thing, no matter what we say. And then we get married and now we are no longer now we are now required to look after someone else. So that's the main basic concept of what the problems the most of the problems in marriage is the fact that we were trained to look out for for each other, and then you get married and you're not trained to we don't get trained on how to do this watch out for each other. Now it's an on the job training. So that's one of the reasons we're here, is to teach you more on how to do that. But we also want to cover just as much. We want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate the fact that you are trying to do the best you can with your marriage. As I said, we are in love with your marriage and we want to see you success. We want to see you be successful. We want you, the two of you, to represent our successful, loving marriage revolution. And to that end, we want to make sure that we cover everything that you have on your mind. So if you can leave a note in the comments, if you have a topic that you want covered and you don't hear us cover that helps your marriage, that would help your marriage, please leave that topic so we can cover it for you. And while you're doing that, of course, if you can please hit that like and subscribe button, that goes a long way in helping us continue to provide needed marriage relationship help. And on that note, if you do nothing else with us, please head over to marriagereconciliationplaybook.com and sign up for our daily successful marriage tips so the two of you have no excuse but to treat each other wonderfully. Having said all that, when we last left off, we had started to talk about the issues that arise in a marriage when when we're communicating and we're quote unquote listening. We say we're listening, yes, I hear you, honey, but the football game is on. And so, I'm listening out of one ear, but I'm not really hearing what we say. And the point to that, not hearing what she said, and the point to that is a lot more detrimental than it looks like on the surface. When you're not listening, when I'm listening to my wife with only one ear and listening to the football game, number one, she can feel that. She feels that. Not only does she know it, but she can actually feel it. She can actually feel unheard, misunderstood as a result of the football game. We have to remember when we're listening to each other, how can we make sure how can we make sure our spouse feels truly heard during our conversations? When our spouse tells us that they need to talk to us, please, we covered part of this before, but I want to stress this. Give undivided attention. Put everything down, turn everything off. This is a team. You will always be a team. And if you're not listening fully, it's like someone giving you instructions on how to live your life and you're not paying attention, and then you can't figure out what was said. and then you're frustrated with yourself. This is what you're doing when you're watching, when you're listening out of one ear. This is what you're doing. So there's so many ways in our marriage where we need to point out that when we are there's so many, let's say this again. There's so many ways in our marriage where where troubles arise and we can't figure out where the troubles are coming from. And in reality, it's just these little things that we didn't do. It's because of those little listening things that we just, real little things that can add up. And before we know it, they're blown out of proportion. And we're saying, I don't know how that happened. Well, the way they happen is starting out by the little things like paying attention, listening, making sure your spouse feels truly heard during conversations, practicing empathy, trying to understand each other's perspective during the conversation. And that one is most important. When when she's talking to you or he's talking to you, put yourself in their place and feel the same emotions. Try to feel those same emotions that they're bringing towards you. We are trying to support you to live your best marriage that you can live. We are trying to support you as you represent our successful, loving marriage revolution. We're cheering you on because you are representing us and we are standing behind you. So go forth, couples. Go forth, wonderful couple. And we stand behind you. We celebrate you. We love you. We love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. If you have any questions, drop us a comment drop us a note in the comments and let us know. Take care until next time.